Hello everyone, welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix. I was caught a bit short there in the intro as I was trying to eat a sausage roll a bit quick. Hello everyone! Right, it is Austria and believe it or not, it's a fourth lobby and it's not raining. However, it doesn't look too promising in the sky. And I think we had so much rain last night, we had so much Oh gosh, we had so much rain last night that, to be honest, that's probably where it's all gone. And absolutely, well, hopefully we'll have bit of a dry race there, won't we? But hello everyone, welcome to the very high mountains of Spielberg, then for the Austrian Grand Prix, round 11 of the Season 8 Championship in bronze. And this is going to be a cracking race indeed. Then, if it's anything like Sunday and last night, then unfortunately, I'm going to sweat off my beard oil again, which is annoying because this beard oil is not very nice and it smells bad as well. So yes, I'm cheating puberty to try and get a bit more manliness in my genes. And hello to Andy. Also hello to Knowles here as well. Let's go Bronzed or Lego Bronzed. Kian, I should say. Hello everyone. Hope everyone has a good race. That's very nice of you. When I'm in 100% on tomorrow night, I'm usually wishing that everyone has a bad race so that I can have a good race. But there we go. That's because I'm an evil Knievel. Also, special hello to Sean. Well, thank you very much, Kian. Then as we're just on board with Jenner, who's currently on 10 pole positions of his career so far, going for 11. And a special hello to Kian as well. Then, which should I say that? Because I should have really show favouritism to the participants out there. Albeit, I must admit, I am showing a bit of favouritism to Mumford this season, which I probably shouldn't. And Ultimate Beast is going to be absolutely disgraced by my actions. So we just got Jinner just flying past one of the Alpine machines as we go down to turn 4. Ultimate Beast, so it's extendedly in the championship from the after silver last night. Then in very treacherous conditions as well. Mumford only finished 4th in the end there, which is unfortunate indeed. Then hello to Rocket Lee then as well. Great to have you all in the stream. Really good stuff indeed. We've also got Stephen. Hey, I'm back. Hello to you, Stephen. Yo, everyone from Slayer, and good luck to all. I think this qualifying will be close. Is it going to be as close as what was the last race we had in actual F1? Oh, Italy. Jenner's gone fast on a 046, and yeah, of course, that was the closest top 6 in F1 history, wasn't it? Absolutely fantastic. It's a really good time to be an F1 fan at the moment. I absolutely love in real life Formula 1, which is really cool stuff indeed. Sean is so sass. I love it then with Fernando Alonso winking emoji. And goodness gracious me, as Marski is currently second at the moment now on the soft tyres, and sick as muck then. Returning from holiday in 3rd position there with Anthony in 4th and Real Ashton in 5th position at the moment now. Really good stuff indeed. That as we got Dynamo Dan then, who is coming down the hill now into turn 4. Dynamo Dan on a lap at the moment. Craig Arsh has gone up into 3rd fast. I haven't even done the standards yet. Goodness gracious me, I'm all over the show here tonight. Shocking stuff indeed. We need a bit of decorum, don't we, in the comms box as well. Good stuff indeed. And of course, Slayer was unable to get into the lobby originally because he didn't have a license, which is a bit worrying, isn't it? Of course, all ALR drivers have to have a super license. Otherwise, they're not allowed to drive. Luckily, for 100%, I do have a super license. However, I actually bought mine off of eBay as Dynamo Dan goes across the line to go 6th fastest on a 5.5 so far. This is just one qualifying session here tonight. Then of course gold normally has qualifying 1, 2 and 3, whilst Kian has gone fastest out 10th for second in front of Jinner. Jinner is so quick in qualifying, isn't he? I think that Jinner along with Kiki are 2 of the quickest drivers over the 1 lap in all of ALR. That's gold, silver and bronze. They are superb, really are indeed, but unfortunately race trim they do seem to come a bit short. Whether that's some instance or safety cars or just unluckiness remains to be seen. And here's Smithy Almighty out of the final turn then for Smithy, then of course a multiple Grand Prix winner now in bronze. Really good stuff indeed there for Smithy, hoping to become a double constructors champion as well with the Ferrari team, and with Kian and Smithy doing a really good job with that Ferrari team there. Absolutely loving life. Styles, one of the drivers of the scene for me so far, but we ain't even at half distance yet, so maybe I should put my award my award tick in hand down for now, because anything can happen in the second half of the season. Movement is retired from the session, but I think that's because Movement's been a very naughty driver and has to have a qualifying ban, I believe. Unfortunately, I've not read the parish notices, which is not very good of me. Vintage, I think, also fresh from holiday as well. Goodness gracious me, all these drivers going on holiday, shocking stuff indeed. You never see me go on holiday, mainly because I'm scared to go outside the country, and I'm also scared of water, flying, and everything else. We got Luke, who's just right behind Vintage. Luke making a second start tonight for Aston Martin, and as Vintage almost wandering off the road there. Hello to you, Irvine. Good luck, all bronze as well. Of course, I think Irvine had a really good result. I think it was not last night, the week before. Really good stuff indeed there for Irvine. He's had a bit of an up and down season in silver so far, but really good stuff indeed then. If Irvine does get promoted to gold... Am I right in saying this? Potentially. I think if Irvine gets promoted to gold, he'll be the first driver in ALR history to go from cobalt to gold. We have had drivers that have gone from cobalt to gold, but in terms of going up the ladder, Irvine will be the first driver to do it. And Luke goes fifth fastest. Vintage is going to have another bite of the cherry now, because Vintage, of course, let Luke through there, which is very gracious of Vintage, but Vintage is only out there to get some time on the board, to get some laps under his belt for the Red Bull team. Then, of course, he has won the Hometown Heroes tonight. First full grid of the season, GG Bronze. Oh, fantastic stuff indeed. And so that means we got no reserves there, which I'm normally on my high horse about, to be fair. Really good stuff indeed then. So fantastic stuff indeed to have the first full grid of the season. Really good stuff indeed, which unfortunately means that my application to drive in bronze next season may be lost in the post now. I haven't said that. Farf has said that he's still waiting for my application, but apparently I've got to prove myself in 100% first. And here comes Slayer across the line, going 10th fastest there at this moment in time. Rocket Lee, another driver who's quicker than a hiccup in qualifying, but race trim there, but slightly different as well. Kian then said, bring your presents for Jinner Pole. Says that Kian then is at the moment. Jinner is currently looking very strong indeed, and he's out on circuit. They're talking of Kian talking about the pole position for Jinner, then out of the final turn, as I already mentioned. And look at that then, how incredible, inch perfect Jinner is in a 4-3, and I think that Jinner can probably go quicker than that. I reckon that we're going to be in the low 404s, maybe even a 4-1 potentially, maybe even lower than that. Then that'd be great to get a 4 flat. Then maybe I don't think we're going to get in the freeze, as we got Rocket Lee only 14th fastest there. I built him up and unfortunately he let me down. I think that's a song as well, isn't it? Duncan Dave, who was just cruising, I think, has had a bit of a disappointing first quarter. On the trap map around here, it doesn't look too difficult of a circuit, does it? Rocket League going full beans up the top of the hill then. We had a horrific shunt up there in 2002 with Takuma Sato. No, it was Nick Heifel, I apologise. Losing the back end now. I'm not sure if it was suspension damage or driver error from Nick Heifel, but he locked the rears, didn't he? And lost control of the car and went steaming into the side of Sato. Luckily, both drivers were uninjured in that, but that was a horrific shunt indeed. One of the most nastiest shunts you'll see in Formula 1. Rocket Lee, second sector, much better than 7 seconds up, but he's invalidated there, Rocket Lee, as this is one of the traits of Austria, as I found out to my detriment in a week ago, sadly. It's unfortunately, I got a lot of penalties, which was the reason why, as Luke goes 5th fastest, which is the reason why I didn't get points, to be honest, because I couldn't keep it on track. But having said that, then I wouldn't have been in that position there because I kept cutting the corners. Kian currently second fastest at the moment, 9 minutes ago in this qualifying session now. I'm sure that Serious Mushroom was in the comments last night, which is not very good, is it? I'm a bit concerned about Mushroom then, because Mushroom's usually a chatterbox, but I can't remember seeing Mushroom in the comments. So I hope Mushroom's alright. Mushroom is in this session. He's chilling out in 19th position. Well, no, Mushroom is. As we got Rocket Lee, oops. Into the pits comes Kian now, as Rocket Lee is saying oops, and I think that that's probably oops about going wide. But luckily, Rocket Lee does have another chance of another bite for pole position. As we're just on board with Duncan Dave in the McLaren Mercedes. McLaren have had a horror show this season. They really have indeed. That you can't really paint over the issues, can you, for the Woken team? As Duncan Dave, Real Ashton's out of qualifying in 30th position. The team, the McLaren team, have got 17 points in the joint constructors there. That is 32 rounds in the Is it? Maybe I've got my maths wrong. But that's 32 rounds of ALR Championship racing this season. So gold, silver, and bronze, and it'd be 33 after tonight, but 17 points is pretty horrific stuff indeed then. And I think that McLaren have really got to, I think they're going to struggle to get at that point, at that way that they're scoring points. They will not get even over the 50-point mark. So McLaren have got to do something to really stop the rot then. I think that, well, the joint constructor's already gone for McLaren. That's it. That's done and dusted. On board Duncan, Dynamo Dan. There's too many D's in here, isn't there? Hello and good luck this afternoon. Don's saying Don's currently in the pit lane at the moment. Swanshanks is out on the medium compound tyres. We got Rocket Lee, who's emerged out of the garage as well. We got the two Haas cars just in front of us, and we've got a RB and a McLaren Mercedes of Duncan Dave. Duncan Dave is coming into the pit lane now, going over the brow of the hill, and they're coming into the final two turns as well then. And where is the RB? I think they're on a quick lap now. Dynamo Dan, 6 fastest out for Dynamo Dan at the moment. The Alpine, the two Dans in the Alpines. Of course, Alpine are always very good, aren't they, in bronze? But in bronze. But at the moment now, we have got a very strong contender for the Constructors' Championship. I would hazard a guess that Serious Mushroom not very well shown. I was watching though, and even that's not very cool to hear them. Serious Mushroom, and Serious Mushroom apologised to me for not getting a set up to me, which is shocking stuff indeed. That, of course, I am jesting because let's be honest, if Serious Mushroom didn't give me a setup, I'll be on default again. And let's be honest, after the first 2 rounds, it didn't go very well, and and I do need as much help as I can get at 100% because let's be honest, I am slower than the slow thing. Swanshanks 18th fast moment. Dan, the championship leader in the Alpine machine, now going into turn 1 now, flicking it outside. Oh, goodness me, back end is almost stepping out. Alpine then are thinking about not use it. Rocket leads pole position. He stopped me in my tracks because the RB driver, as shown in the past there, has once again got so much pace there for Rocket League, and really good stuff indeed then. And carry on pole position, but just watching the championship leader, Dan. It is Rocket League, 10th of a second, just over a 10th of a second in front of Jenner in second, Keane in third, Marsky second, the World Championship in fourth, Craig R fifth, Luke 6th, Dynamo Dan 7th, Sigismund 8th, Styles 9th, Anthony in 10th position. That is the top 10. Purple, magenta in the second section there for Dan, championship leader. Whatever happens here tonight, Dan will still be the championship leader. So he could really park the car right now and he will still be leading the championship. However, I don't think Dan wants that because we are not even at half distance in this championship yet. Dan goes third fastest there, and very much right at mixing it with the top end of the standards or the classification as it stands at the moment. Renault, Alpine then are thinking about shutting down their engine program, but there was a peaceful protest, I think, on in Italy on Friday, wasn't it? About that. About that, of course, there is Viry in France, was where the engine division is for the Alpine. The only Renault-powered car as well in Formula 1 at the moment, which says a lot, really, doesn't it, about that Renault engine, unfortunately. Not ideal at all. But I think it's not ideal for Formula 1 to lose another engine supply then, as Anthony going 6th fastest there. That's not our problem for the moment, though. What our problem is at the moment, then, is to decide who's going to be at the grid order for the Austrian Grand Prix. Anthony goes 6th fastest, but Sigismund then, of course, fresh off their holiday with a beautiful tan as well. I have no doubt about that in the Kick Sauber. Hopefully his tan does not look like that Kick Sauber. Of course, the Dayglow green then, of course, for their main sponsor of Kick, which also I know no one cares, but I've also did some investigation over the weekend because I must say I'm sad, but Kick Sauber is technically the same constructor as the Sauber team, so they will all their points of ALR history will all be in one category there, which I know no one cares, but I certainly do. It bothered me that much. I actually went on Wikipedia to find that out because I want to know how Formula 1 was going to do it, and they have classified BMW Sauber and Kick Sauber as one constructor. Good stuff indeed. Right. It bothered me that much that I had to go and Google it. I'm bored with Slayer going into turn 9 and 10. Shocking stuff. I need to get a life, don't I, really? Out the final turn then for Slayer. DRS rise on the menu for your DRS sends around here. So if you're a fan of DRS, you're going to have an absolute field day out there tonight. Swan Shank's back out this time. Got some soft tyres on the go for the Mercedes. Slayer then, the lead Mercedes car at the moment in 30th position now. Slayer, a Grand Prix winner in bronze, but unfortunately hasn't reached the heights of that this season, not by a long stretch. Jinner's about just under 2/10 of a second up in the second split time here. Good stuff indeed. That Ultimate Beast, how are you doing, Sean? Let's go bronze. Oh goodness me. As Ultimate Beast, I apologise profusely, as I said earlier on the stream that I am a Mumford fan, but oh, it's Jinner's off the circuit, and that's invalidated their time. And unfortunately for Jinner, that cost him pole position, cost Jinner pole position. It's 11th pole of his career, and of course he's 5 away from the all-time record, which is set by Key at the moment. Swan Shanks is in the top part of the circuit. Smithy's coming down the top part of the circuit. Slayer is about to finish at the final part of the circuit as well. Out to the final turn, and Slayer's unfortunately bad at their toes. Well, here's Hungry Stalls, currently just outside the top 10 at the moment, over the brow of the hill. And now flicking it into 9, and then flicking it into the pits comes Stalls there, as he's had enough of me, and he shuts me down in my place. Smithy Almighty 2/10 second up. That's going to be quite. He's also 10th in the end there. Smithy Almighty has down in 14th position now. I hope Smithy don't mind me saying this, but I think that it's not his strongest suit is qualifying, unfortunately, for Smithy, but race trim, he is pretty impressive. A 3-time Grand Prix winner now in bronze, isn't he? Smithy is there. Was the outside the top 3 last season, was an incredible, consistent performer, and if we didn't have such a specialist top 3 of last season, Smithy would have been promoted into silver, no bones about that. But last season was Jinner is not going to be on pole position here tonight. Now that is something that I had on my bingo card tonight, but luckily I'm very rubbish at bingo, even though I don't know how you can be rubbish, because I'm sure that you just strike off the numbers on your card, don't you? I don't know. Into the final few turns, I might need to ask Farf about that, because I'm sure Farf goes to bingo. Kian out of the final turn, and this is second fastest there. I thought that was pole position there, but by 3,000 of a second there, Kian is on the front row of the grid. 33 seconds to go. Craigar is at the top of the hill, breaking down into 4th gear. Where's Dynamo Dan? He's starting his lap now. Where's Duncan Dave? He's halfway through his lap there. Second sector's a 10th down. It's not looking good there for Duncan Dave. So Sarah at the top. Sarah just coming up the hill there. Swan Shanks has got one more shot then. Hopefully he listens to JLS. Out to the final couple of turns now for Duncan Dave, and it's Duncan Dave, and he's going for broke. It's all or nothing now for Duncan Dave. 10 seconds to go. He has time for one more lap, but he has no deployment left, and Duncan Dave had the limit of the car, unfortunately, and couldn't get anything more out of that machine. We got a Red Bull having issues then. I'm not sure which Red Bull it is. Is that Craigar? It is Craigar, who's had issues there, and I think he's going to be furious at that Craigar. Checker flag is fallen for Craigar, and that is disappointing indeed. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a Mercedes here. It is Slayer then. Slayer 10 for a second, down on the second split tire of his personal best. Out to the final turn then, and invalidated there for Slayer then, and frustration as well then. What about, I'm looking for a Ferrari, and I think it's Kian who's already finished his lap then. What about that Alpine then of, who is it? I don't know who it is actually, to be honest. Marsky, Rocket League has not improved that. He has carried on pole position then. Marsky, Dan's invalidated his time then, and so has Marsky as well. They're falling by the wayside. What about Luke? Luke's also invalidated as well. Goodness gracious me. And Vintage does not improve, but it's still 16 faster, and that's kind of an end to qualifying there. And it is going to be Rocket League on pole position then for the Austrian Grand Prix. And I'm sure that if me calculations are correct, which they're probably not, it is his second pole position of his career for Rocket League. And is that his second in a row? It is! Rocket League's got one, now he's got 2 in a row. It's like waiting for a bus, isn't it? All of a sudden they both come along at once. Rocket League pole position number 2, 2 in a row. Can he convert this one into a Grand Prix win? That is what's left for Rocket League in terms of his checkbox of a Grand Prix driver. It's a Grand Prix win now for Rocket League. Can he do it? Is the question. So good stuff indeed there for Rocket League. Fantastic. Anyway, yes, Ultimate Beast. I am very ashamed to say I am a Mumford. I was a Mumford fan mainly because Mumford. I've commentated on Mumford for quite a long period of time. However, you're doing a great job indeed. That is, I was saying earlier on in the stream there. But of course, Ultimate Beast winning last night in Austria in absolutely appalling conditions. Which at the moment we got lovely conditions out there. At the moment, it looked a bit grey and murky at the beginning, didn't it? Look at that, 3,000 a second between Kian and Rocket League. But Rocket League, 2 for 2 for Rocket League. Pole position there. Jinner, I don't think we got the best out of Jinner, to be fair, but still only a 10th of a second back. Jinner though wants points here tonight, I'm sure he does. Dan is going to be cool as a cucumber in 4th position, isn't he? Because he can still do damage from wherever he is on the grid. But Dan, a 43-point lead at the moment there with Marsky, Sickersmuck, Anthony, Craigar, Luke, and Dynamo. Dan completes the top 10. Oh, my word. Gonna need some luck today. Slayer saying that. Let's go. Back-to-back pole positions. Up this man, brutal. Losing speed. Wish me luck. Slayer saying that. It's okay. I have no fans anyway. Don't worry, Beast. I will be your biggest fan come next week in Silverstone. I'm not meant to have favourites, am I? But let's be honest. I try not to have favourites, but when a driver is going through a bit of a rough patch, I must admit, I do actually like seeing drivers really bounce back as well. But Ultimate Beast is, to be honest, Ultimate Beast was not on my prediction for the beginning of the season. I can't remember who Alex picked for silver championship glory at the beginning of the season, but Ultimate Beast, absolutely fantastic. He has taken to this game like a duck to water. When he made his debut in ALR, I did think that Beast was going to be a multiple Grand Prix winner and potentially a promotion push into gold. And I think he's had a couple of seasons in the doldrums, but really back on it now is the Ultimate Beast. It's really good to see, really good stuff indeed. And him and Mumford having an incredible battle in the Silver Championship. But Ultimate Beast taking a win last night, which means that he's extended his lead in the driver's standings as we go on to the home of British Motorsport in Silverstone in a week's time, of course. So I've got to be an Ultimate Beast fan next week. And I will be cheering from the other side of my phone screen. Doing the Mexican wave. Right. I should have probably gone to average, really, shouldn't I? But Rocket League on pole position for the second time of his career. Kian alongside on row 1. Then we've got Jinner in 3rd position. Dan is 4th. 5th position is Marsky. 6th is Sickersmuck on the hard tyres. The first driver on the hard tyres, along with Anthony in 7th position, also on the hard tyres. While Craigar in 8th position on the medium tyres. Luke has gone hard. Dan in 10th position. Styles 11th on the hard tyres, and Duncan, Dave and Slayer 12th and 13th position. Good job we only have soft, medium and hard these days, otherwise I'll be giggling all day. 14th is Smithfield Mighty. Swanshanks on the hard tyres in 15th position. Vintage is in 16th. 17th position is Real Ashton. 18th is Moomin. 19th is Serious Special. 20th is Donna the Donza. I'm your fan, Ultimate. Then a big out and OMG nearly went on the wrong channel for a minute. Then, but commentary is different. Oops. Yes, indeed. As of course, Alex does comms on Mondays and Wednesdays. Then you got this Ginger Fool on Sundays and Tuesdays. Unfortunately for you guys. But if you want any decorum, tune in on Mondays and Wednesdays. If you want absolute rubbish, then tune in on Tuesdays and Sundays. Of course, not rubbish on the track. I mean rubbish in this comms box. But Jenner wins. I donate £10 there, big out. Incredible. Without the eye. Serious saying that as a lovely shot here in the sky. So I don't think that was a jump start. I think that was just saying that DRS has been disabled. It has that. 4, 5. Pause. And away we go in the serene Austria. And how have they got away? And Kian's got away brilliantly well, but it's a short run down into turn 1. It's going to be turn 3. It's going to be turn 4 as well, where it's going to be the action zones, I feel that. As here is the drag already. There's no DRS, but DRS over here. There's issues at the back there. Smithy's off. There's Deborah all over the circuit here. That's Dynamo down in the back of the field as well. And that's also one of the Mercedes drivers as well. Moomin has flown up the order and had a great start at the moment. Moomin has gone up 6 position. Up 5 is Serious Mushroom as well. And there's a huge gap, as there's already a 2-second gap there, because I think there must have been some shenanigans in the midfield as they lock up down into turn number 4, I think it is, an accelerator way. But Rocket League has got the perfect start here and leads the way at the moment there. But it's the top 5 status quo. Craig R is up 2 positions. Sickles Mark, a terrible start down in 3 position. He's on the harder tyre now. Whereas he now come up to the Brown Hill. This is a very short lap. This is his 36 laps of non-stop action here in Austria. Then into the first lap completed already. Thank goodness gracious me. These lap times are going to be probably nudging on 70 seconds at the very least as we come across the line. There, Rocket League, Kian followed by Jinner with Dan down about almost 8/10 of a second back in the moment. DRS is already available, and DRS will be available for. DRS has been available for from the get-go here after just one lap. That's when the big roar changes. Jinner on the inside, and he's on side by side with Kian then, and Jinner then not wasting no time in this race there on the medium tires. He wants to get past out. There's wheel to wheel between Kian and Jinner, and almost contact between the two cars. Haas on the inside, dives down the inside, tries to win the Ferrari wide. The Ferrari has gone wide there, and Jinner then being robust in his overtaking right from the get-go. Donna the Dons and Vintage have swapped positions there. We have also got Moomin has been maybe pushed wide there because Mushroom has got by, as has Slayer as well. Vintage is having this there, and on the outside goes Dynamo Dan, who's had an issue at the opening stages here. And there's a driver that had no wing, I think. Now, and it's Vintage. Vintage has got no wing there in the Red Bull. And so is Dynamo Dan. Then there's 2 cars out there. There's limping wounded at the opening stage of the Austrian Grand Prix here. And that's not ideal at all, is it? Lap 2 has been completed now. It's Jinner, as they're almost out of DRS range. This is music to the ears of course, Rocket League. However, he was not out of DRS range, which means, unfortunately, as Real Aston dropped down to 90 minutes there, Swan Shanks moved up the order, as Real Aston must have had a bad run out of turn number 10 as well. Up the inside goes Luke, as the 2 Astons are going wheel to wheel there. And I think both Astons are on the same compound tyre, which is the hard tyre. We can tell that from the wide right to there on the up Pirelli on the side wall of the tyre, then, which is good stuff indeed. That is, of course, all you season F1 fans probably know that. However, we may have new viewers all the time, but and hopefully that they're enjoying it because they like a bit of Grand Prix racing potentially. Right, it's lap 3 here tonight. Then, as we go over the Brow Hill, Rocket League's advantage has already been already split in half here. Remember on Sunday it was incredible. Oh, Rocket League after only 3 laps has already got a 3-second penalty. And I think that was a bit of rage as well coming from the cockpit of Rocket League, and that is going to entice Jinner no end at all. Then, so Jinner needs points here. I think that Jinner every race now the championship is starting to slip away, but Jinner, no, here he goes. He takes the lead here in Austria, gets past Rocket League after just 4 laps, and now Jinner knows that he needs to start to win Grand Prix. He's got 7 pole positions this season, 2 podiums, but Jinner now needs to start to score big here if he wants to keep the championship in play. And Dan almost went to the back of Rocket League there, and Rocket League has gone from 1st to 3rd in the twinkling of an eye here in Austria. That is a lovely shot here. It's picturesque around here. So if you want to go anywhere on holiday, potentially go here. Then I wonder if Sick as Muck went here on holiday, as Kian then is all over the gearbox now of Rocket League. And of course Rocket League is just taking the lead on this lap as well. So over the brow of the hill once again, and Kian would love to win a 2nd Grand Prix of the season, or is it a 3rd there? I think it's a 4th Grand Prix win of his season, I should say. Goodness gracious me, she'll get it together across the line there. And Kian there pulling up then, and look at that. That Haas car is harvesting quite heavily into the top of the hill of 1. And now then as they start to condense up then, and this is going to get very interesting indeed. That remember last night's Grand Prix? Last night's Grand Prix, of course, was a bit different to tonight's, because we had absolute rainy conditions there, didn't we? And at the top of the hill to come, then Kian's all over the gearbox of Jinner now. So Jinner, I think the Kian's also getting involved in the championship fight as well. After a great start to the opening stage of the championship for Dan, Kian and Jinner though is starting to really edge up now to the back of Dan. So Dan is going to be a bit concerned about these 2, but these 2 have got to start to score regularly and score high here, because we're on round 11 out of 24. I know, but Dan is a point scoring machine, isn't he? Jenner leads. Second is Kia, and then at the moment now we've got penalty for Rocket League. That's the only penalty so far. Kia and then going this way and that way, but Jenner will not be deterred. He is doing a lot of harvest at the moment. He's the only driver in the top 4 or 5 I can see where his red light is flashing. That means his rain light is flashing. That means that Jenner doesn't believe that rain's coming, but he is harvesting to get more energy, to get more deployment back in the battery here. But Kian is all over the gearbox now. And look at this, and he's got DRS and going on the outside. Then Jenner has picked the inside there, but Kian is only just getting past, and he's got yellow flags. One of the McLarens are off. It's Duncan Dane has going on the outside goes Kian, and he's going to have a better run, or is he? Because Jenner going side by side, wheel to wheel between the two machines here, and Rocket League, there's contact between the two cars as we go down into turn 4. But Jenner keeps the lead there, and Rocket League up the inside there, and my word, how they all pointed in the right direction is beyond me. An incredible stuff indeed, and Kian's going for up the inside there, and Rocket League is going to have to fall back in line for the time being. But Dandan's also sniffing about as well. And the question I've got is, what is Dandan going to do then? Dandan, is he going to throw caution to the wind, the 43-point lead in the championship, or is he going to go for it? He looks like he's not going to be deterred. Contact between the two cars here into 9 and 10. Then under the forward zone again, we've got a lot of slipping and sliding. Even though Jenner's under pressure, remember his tires are not going to be under as much strain as the cars behind him. And now we've got Craig R joining the party as well. Goodness gracious me, that more the merrier. Jenner's got over that sausage curve, and that is going to, well, actually he's had a good run out of turn 1. I thought he was going to be really swamped under pressure here, but no, and he's still got a position as well. Then I need to take stock here because I'm absolutely sweating. Dandan Marski's up the inside and passes Dandan, and he's having the 4th. Great stuff indeed there. But Dandan trying to come back at him there, but now Rocket League is crawling, and now we've also got the battle for the lead. Oh, and Marsky has gone right deep there, and there's contact between the two RBs, and Rocket League is off the circuit and made a glancing hit with the wall. Is that damage on Rocket League's car then? Let's take a look then. It looks like they're okay then, but Rocket League has now lost an abundance amount of ground here, and I must say, I'm never going to go to the gym when Austria's here because I always sweat profusely, but that's because I'm unhealthy. Into the final few turns now. Jenner leads 4/10 of a second from Kian in second position. Dynamo, oh, that was a scroll, wasn't it, on the outside there? Back end trying to step out. Kian's a side by side then, and this could be the change of the lead. It is a change of the lead then. Jenner up the inside takes the lead then. Can Jenner get back up and under the Ferrari now? And here they come once again. Look at these top 6 cars, and look at that Aston Martin. The Aston Martin's on the hard tires, and Dandan is up in his second position now. And hopefully we get a better camera angle. Well, we kind of have. I have no idea where anyone is at the moment. Fantastic. What great racing then. As Dandan is going for second position now. No, he's in second position. He's going for the lead there into turn 4. Not quite at the moment there. Kian down into third position there with Marsky 4th, Craig R in 5th position, Rocket League in 6th position at the moment there. Brilliant racing there. Fantastic stuff by all drivers there. And they're giving each other space. They're giving each other room. And a lot of respect out there at the moment. It's getting a bit fruity here now and again then, but we love it, don't we? So Dandan is up in the second position now. If anyone breaks away from this DRS train, I think that they will have a very good chance in the race there. Rocket League and Craig R. Where's Craig R? He's on the outside there. Goodness gracious me there. That was bold and brave. That's 2 3-second penalties in the opening space of a couple of laps. And Luke on the hard tyres is now on the ascendancy and is challenging. He's through. He's up into 6th position. He's got the position, and he has hung Craig R out to dry for his teammate Anthony to really also go past the Red Bull car as well. On the outside there goes Dandan once again. Jenner got the inside then. He's going to make Dandan go on the outside, a long way around the outside as well. Dandan's got a better drive out of the turn 2-4, wherever we are, but it's still Jenner taking the lead in this race. Dandan's going to go up the inside. Not quite. What about Kian on the outside? Kian is trying to sniff on the outside, but Dandan has that covered at the moment there. Moomin gone past mushrooming up to 11th position there. And goodness gracious me, they're all over the show here. Marsky up the inside. That could be bold. Almost there, but not quite there. As Rocket League has stabilised himself after having a brush with the arm barrier a few laps ago. So now this crocodile is extended all the way down to 10th position there. So we got Jinner, Dan, Kian, followed by Rocket Lee, Luke, Craigar, Anthony, Styles, and Sick as Mug. All in this battle. There's a 6-second gap between themselves and Mushroom. But my goodness gracious me, that any one of those 10 drivers can win this Austrian Grand Prix. So my goodness me, one mistake and you're going to go from 1st to 10th. One mistake, you're going to be at the back of this crocodile. Both the RBs are they working together? I don't think they are, to be honest, and it's probably too difficult to work together in this chaos. Kian on the outside of Dan, he goes through and up into 2nd position. Is Dan going to let that slide? Then he has to. He has no repel there for the Ferrari driver, and Kian now he's on the outside, brakes so much later, but Jenner is having done with it. There's yellow flags. Luke is off the circuit. Kian takes the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix. He's got the inside, but Jenner's going back up and under here. Oh my goodness gracious me, it's getting very precarious here at this stage there. Don't know what happened to Luke, but he's down into 10th position now, unfortunately. I'm 4 seconds back, but there's a big gap between 10th and 11th at the moment now. And who is that RB there? Having a look into 9 and 10 there, and my goodness me, somehow Sick as Muck installs the swap positions as well. And now can Kian now start to break away? There's a 5-10 per second gap. Dan might be a bit concerned, but that Luke has got a 3-second penalty as well there. Maybe a bit of frustration there in the Aston Martin car. We did not see what happened there. Hopefully we'll be able to find out whilst we're on the stream then. Maybe Forrest got his eyes peeled then potentially. And race control up the inside. Jenner takes the lead of the Austria Grand Prix, and through he goes. Can Dan follow him through? And look at the Ferrari harvesting now. That it is so difficult to get out of DRS here, isn't it? You're basically just towing each other along, aren't you? Look at this conga line here, and my word, that is quite a aggressive conga line if I've ever seen one. Oh, is the Ferrari gone a bit no, it's okay then. I thought the Ferrari was crawling then, but no, all fine and dandy then. Sick as Muck currently the last of the crocodile so far. 2 drivers have got penalties. Luke's got penalties, but he's recovering after issues. And we have also got Rocket Lee. We're on board the Rocket Lee now. That all over the gearbox. He's going for it. He's having a look on the inside of Dan. He has done it. That's a brave manoeuvre. Lovely stuff indeed there. I struggled to go through that corner on my own, let alone with other drivers side by side. Great 17th, 12 out of 36. Of course, very reminiscent of the gold race. Remember, there was Lionel Stir as well, albeit that race I think it was about 6 cars. We got 9 at the moment there. Kian there is side by side again. Lovely shot here from the Alpine machine. No, we haven't on board the Haas machine there. As Jenner breaking earlier. And what is that going on behind there? It's Dan and Rocket Lee now, and they're all over the show here. But Dan has still stayed in front of the RB. And we're on board with the Ferrari, and has the Ferrari done it? He's through. Jenner going back on the inside, but he cannot put the power down, and Kian takes the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix here. Dan still in 3rd position there, and now as Jenner's tyres look a bit worse for wear there. When he tried to get the power down, the car was snaking underneath him there, and Dan is also struggling for grip as well. It looks like a lot of understeer for the Alpine car. Now Rocket Lee is having a look on the outside here. Dan has the inside then, so I don't think he's going to make that work then, but however, I've been already surprised beside myself so many times in this race. That 13, when a driver's going to come in the pits, then whoever comes to the pits will have an advantage with the undercut. That means that you'll pit earlier than your competitor and would jump up in the pit stops. Craig R up into 5th position there. Jinner's got a 3-second penalty. That is crucial in the Grand Prix. That is majorly crucial in the Grand Prix, and that could cost Jinner the Grand Prix win here. But Kian then is harvesting, and Jinner closes up, but it's not close enough out to the hairpin. Marsky's also got 3-second penalty as well, as the penalties starting racking in now. Craig R and Marsky making contact between each other, and Craig R is making his way through the field. Nicely done indeed. The highest hard runner now is Anthony in 7th position. His teammate was the highest hard runner, but unfortunately just Lucas had to drop down the order, and it's down in 10th position now, but he is catching back on this conga line. Craig R is out of DRS range of this man here, Rocket Lee. That could be crucial. Jinner's out of DRS range of Kian. That is even more crucial, I think, for the Grand Prix win. And it's Jinner in the pits, and I think he is, because his tyres look to be worse for wear, and he is coming into the pits now. So I think there'll be hard tyres going on for Jinner in the Haas car here. Wow, magnificent stuff indeed then. Vidar, Kian is the goat. Kiki, hello to you, Kiki. I've also got what a race so far. It is an incredible race so far. But Kian has now broken that DRS detection zone here. And Marsky should pit lap 14 then. Goodness gracious me then. As now going up into the high point of the circuit. So Kian leads this race now by 1.25 seconds from Dan in second position there. Rocket Lee in third. Craig R's now in fourth position then. Marsky in fifth. Stephen Anthony is in sixth position, locking up the inside tyre there. Marsky is. Styles seventh position. Sigma dropping back in eighth position on the hard tyres, and Luke in ninth position there. As we got Slayer who's up in 10th position. Wasn't feeling too confident. Slayer was at the beginning of this race, but 14 laps into this, he's now in the points. Very good stuff indeed there for the Mercedes driver. No safety cars or VSCs at the moment there, albeit Farfus now probably cursing me from his gantry. Unfortunately, I have put the commentator's jinx on it. Into the pits comes Kian. So Kian has responded to the early pit stop of Jinner. Well, I think it's an early pit stop anyway. But no one else is responding at the moment there. So it's just Kian responding to Jinner. Is Kian looking at the wrong driver here? Or is Kian doing exactly the right thing in terms of strategy? I don't know, to be honest there. But hopefully some of you folks will know at home whether that is the right decision or not. Then Sirius Mercer there looking interested in the back there. Sirius Mercer not very well at all, unfortunately. But he's still driving, which is good stuff indeed. That is also ideal as well, because he's going to help me tomorrow. So we got Craig R now into the podium place again past Marsky. And now Anthony, who's just behind us, and Dan has lost the lead because Rocket Lee is back up into lead. Now the pole sitter is retaking the lead. Then Dan is going to be down in second position now. So we have got Jinner, who's coming in 13th position and is about 2 seconds up the road from Kian. That is what fresh tyres can do to you. Both on the harder tyres. Dan getting very squirrely there. The back end is trying to step out there. I think Dan might be starting to lean towards the pit lane here. This pit in here is quite precarious indeed. Both drivers are in the pits. Craig R will take the lead in this Austrian Grand Prix. We have had 4 or 5 different leaders already in this race. But Craig R may have got wrong-footed by the pit ins here, because he is now under the caution. Anthony doesn't need to pit for another umpteen laps or so on the hard tires. Same with Styles as well. I'm doing superb full. Marsky takes the lead. Craig R is in major trouble here, and look at this as Anthony's had to go swapping positions here, and Styles on the inside, and my goodness me, that 3-1 almost didn't go. Great car control from Craig R, because that would have been an almighty shunt. And Anthony is now in second position. Styles is now down into third, I should say. A really good driving indeed from all three up there. Maybe that might be going into Favre's overtaking the season award potentially. Circus Merc is up in 5th position there, as Knowlesy is not happy with me, as I have jinxed it now. I probably have. But of course, admins don't like safety cars, but I love a good safety car. It's safety cars breed safety cars. Actually, maybe not. I don't really want any more action there, selfishly for this commentator out here, but I am sweating like I'm actually running the course then. And if I was running the course, I would probably be running until next year's Austrian Grand Prix. Anthony takes the lead then, and that's another new leader in this Grand Prix as we're coming up to half. This is now in what has been an absolutely barnstorming of a race so far. Hello to you, Ashley. Search Mushroom, very unusually getting 3-second penalties there. Luke's got another penalty. Hello to you, Ashley. Great to see you in the comments as well. Knowlesy is asking Ashley, a Grand Prix winner, I believe, a multiple podium sitter in bronze as well, to get back racing it. I absolutely concur with that. Six might drop down the order. Jenner now in the 5th position. Goodness gracious me, Jenner's up to 5th already. Whilst I've been nattering on like a madman, Jenner has been getting on with it, and now into 5th position. But the question I had after that first stint, Jenner's tyres didn't look too healthy, did they? In terms of getting on the power, Jenner was struggling and slugging around there. Rocket Lee has got past Dan as they have renewed rivalries coming out the pit lane there. They just can't seem to leave each other alone there. But Jenner's tyre wear, is that going to be crucial? I remember a race earlier on the season there. Was it the Miami Grand Prix? Maybe I think it was actually the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, where Junior was very comfortable, but then just fell off the cliff, and I think it was down to the tyre wear potentially there. So is Junior having issues there with tyre wear? That is going to be a crucial part of this race. Also, the other part of this race as well is Junior's got a 3-second penalty. That is also going to be that is also going to be very interesting to tell as well as Junior already sliding now. Anthony and Styles is now fighting for the lead here. Hungry Styles in the second. NASCAR. It's absolutely a fantastic season. Styles are flashing brilliance, but I feel that this is the best Styles has ever been in ALR. He's been supreme stuff indeed. He has got the performance, he has got the package, he has got everything at his command now. That means that and Styles has also now got the consistency as well. I think that Styles is certainly a driver on the ascendancy next season. Dan and Rocket Lee are still changing positions here. Both Aston Martins are second and third now. Luke losing a lot of time in that. I think it was a half spin down into turn 4 potentially, and unfortunately for Luke then he's got to gain that 3 or 4 seconds then. 3 or 4 seconds then out to the final turn as well. Styles still leading them from Anthony in second, from Luke in third position, and Sickers Muck in fourth. The top 4 have not stopped yet. Jenner is about 4.5 seconds back in 5th position. He's got a bit of clear air now. He can put his toe down. Kean is behind Slayer, so Kean needs to get past Slayer, and he's already past Slayer and up into 6th position. Now Slayer is also on the harder strategy as well then, so he's on the alternative strategy, going from hards to mediums, I would say, unless someone throws a curveball and throws the soft tires on there. These soft tires don't last too much longer around here. Thank you very much to Ultimate Beast, who I've definitely been practicing more this season, and it certainly shows as well. Ultimate Beast is, of course, in the Silver Championship. You do not lead the Silver Championship without being very good indeed. And that's probably an understatement of the season so far. Sickers Muck getting past Luke and up into third position now. Sickers Muck is, as we're just returning to the battle at the front there. And to be honest, it is great to see Styles leading this race as well. Of course, as I mentioned already, I do, to be honest, drivers that have been in ALR for a long period of time, sometimes I do root for them when they're doing a good job. Of course, especially when they've struggled in the past and then really found some form. Likes of Mumford, the likes of Styles. It's really cool to see indeed. Then, having said that, though, I also love a good race, and we have got that on the abundance. Is it the abundance or ascendant? No, ascendant's going up. Abundance will do. Rocket Lee's got another 3-second penalty. I'm sure that's now. Is that 9 seconds of penalty for Rocket Lee? I could probably have a look, but unfortunately, I put my controller down now as I'm trying to wipe the sweat away from my brow. Wow, incredible. Oh my goodness me, what's going on here? Slayer and Dan and Rocket Lee. Once again, Dan and Rocket Lee are getting acquainted with themselves once again. Dan got to get past Slayer here. I feel that all these overtaking are traffic contact. There's contact between Slayer and Rocket Lee. Rocket Lee, I think there was maybe a bit overzealous going into turn 4, potentially, but both drivers have come together, and I think that that is a blow for Rocket Lee. I'm not sure if there's damage there. Doesn't look to be damage there, but even so, even though we got reduced aero now, and Rocket Lee flying past Slayer, and Rocket Lee's off, and Rocket Lee is in the wall, and I think that's frustration from the pole sitter, as that is a shame for Rocket Lee, because he was in this one for podiums, maybe even a Grand Prix win as well. You can never count anyone out in races like this, but Rocket Lee, that is a horror show for Rocket Lee. Unfortunately, Styles has come to the pit now. It's on the medium tires until the end of this Grand Prix. So this is going to get very interesting. Who is on the right strategy? So we've got one Haas on the medium to hard, the other Haas on the hard to medium there. As Craigar really couldn't put up any defending at all there. Moomin has got a 3-second penalty unfortunately for Moomin, but it's great to see Moomin racing today as well. Good stuff indeed. We've got to all think about it because of you guys, Alex and Ashley. Think I might come back to racing, which is really cool stuff indeed. Ashley is always welcome. And lovely to hear Ashley saying great stuff indeed. Then as lovely stuff in the comments section there. Anthony leads them, but it's not pitted so far. On board with Styles at the moment. He's becoming the star of the show so far, Styles is. The highest runner on the medium tires. Luke and Sigsmuck have also pitted as well. Dan has got a 3-second penalty. These penalties are starting to rack up now. Drivers that don't have penalties is actually nearer the bottom of the classification so far, so they do not give up, because they could become major factors in this race in the not too distant future then. So this is going to get very fruity As Jenner and Kian once again are fighting for position here. And Kian has got no penalties there, but Jenner's going to be fighting for every part of the circuit. And Jenner just inching back past. I think that's the electrical deployment of the Haas car. And going down into 4. Not quite, it's too far back then. As Anthony is still having a lovely Tuesday afternoon drive out there at the moment there. Or a bit, he still needs to go in the pits there. But at the moment, but of course, at the moment now, he has no penalties there. Jenner doing a bit of harsh and back on board. Kian now then. Currently, Kian is in the the box seats there to win this Grand Prix on lap 22. But there's a lot more racing still to come. There is a ominous figure that just went over the brow of the hill in the background. That was Dan Dan, and Dan Dan has a penalty as well. So Kian is still in the box seats, but Dan Dan is quicker than the hiccup when he wants to be. Really puts his toe down, and of course, he is the championship leader as well. Dan Dan is an imposing figure. Anthony then is in the pits out on the medium tyres. Here comes Kian again then. Jenner then is forcing Kian to go around the long way up at the hill at turn 3. So far, these two drivers have done a much better job than Verstappen and Norris did a couple of weeks ago around here. Good stuff indeed. That it's got very robust then, but it's been fantastic to watch. This time, Kian not as close as he was last lap, but he's going for into 4. But Jenner defends the inside sweetly indeed. But look at that though. Once again, Kian's tyres, he just gets so much more purchase there out of 4. And as Rocket League's got the fast up the race, yellow flag then, something's gone awry. Something's gone majorly awry at the top of the hill then in turn 1. As I think it's Don's recovering after a bit of a spin. As Jenner still leads this way and over the brow. Look at Dan Dan. You've seen how far back he was last lap. This lap, goodness gracious me, can almost reach out and touch the car in front, as the great Murray Walker used to say. Yellow flag again for the McLaren at the top of the hill. Don Dons is off the circle again, unfortunately, but has got going. We've still got all 20 cars driving in this circuit. And remember, as Knowles said at the beginning, this is the first race with a full grid and without no reserves. Fantastic stuff indeed. I do love reserves every now and again, but it's great to see a full host of drivers there, top of the hill. Jenner then forcing Kian again on the outside. If you're going to go around, Jenner, go around the long way, isn't it? That is what Jenner wants Kian to do. So Kian, almost contact between the two cars. On the outside, there goes Kian, and through he goes there, and that was coming because you sit on the last lap and the lap before. Kian just had so much more purchase coming out of turn 4, and Jenner's off the circuit, there. I think he's strung with tires again, is he, for Jenner? Then Jenner is so quick, but maybe he's too quick, and maybe because of that, it really just hurts his tires in the race. Remember Mercedes in 2013? They was a very quick car in one lap qualifying, but in the race they was too hard on their tires, and they were just dropping down the field. I remember Spain 2013, where Hamilton was second and Rosberg was on pole position, and they finished 6th and 12th, I think, in the end, which is very unusual for a race like the Spanish Grand Prix. A very high conversion rate in terms of pole positions around there, but both drivers just had no tyre wear at the end. I'm wondering if that is maybe Jenner's Achilles heel, because in one lap trim he is faster than anyone around ALR. Dan Dan going for the lead here, as on the outside he goes. He's trying to do the same party trick as Kian did on the last lap. No dice said. Stars is now up into 5th position. Stars is driving superbly well at the moment there. Maybe shooting for driver of the day potentially. Well, it's going to be difficult because I think there's a lot of drivers for driver of the day. Anthony driving superbly well as well. Craig R, no penalties at the moment there. Could be on the podium here tonight, Craig R. He is on the hard tires, done 8 laps, so that could be very interesting. But Craig R at the moment there, clean pair of heels there, no penalties there. It's a clean sheet so far. Knowlesy, unlucky rocket, easy to misjudge turn 4. I'd do it without anyone near me, says Knowlesy then. Of course, Knowlesy has bad memories around here. I like to bring it up. I like to bring everyone's bad memories up. Sigismund's got a 3-second penalty. That's not good for Sigismund. Knowlesy could have and should have won 2 races around here in Season 1 and 2 of ALR. But unfortunately, the rain came at the wrong time. I'm sure the rain came almost identically in Season 1 and 2 as well, which was incredible, wasn't it? You could really not predict that. Yes, Knowlesy has had bad memories around Austria, but he is a 3-time Grand Prix winner in the highest highest form of, the highest tier of ALR. Dan takes the lead with 10 laps to go. Anthony's past Sigismund and up in the 7th position there. With 10 laps to go in this race, as Sigismund and Anthony are having an almighty scrap here. And now, up the inside goes Luke, and there's that contact. There might have been. And now back through goes the second Aston Martin of Anthony. As that McLaren has just been lapped to Donna the Dons there. Anthony looks like the two Astons are not helping each other there, are they? But they're struggling to get past Sigismund. Sigismund is not the easiest driver to get past. Kian has got the W, says Ultimate Beast at the moment. And of course, even though he's second at the moment, Kian is. Remember that Kian does not have any penalties, and that is going to be the major outcome in this Grand Prix. Jenner has all of a sudden come back out the two drivers. So maybe I'm talking absolute boulder dash there, and I think that Jenner potentially might have just been harvesting there and really lowering us in a full sense of security. So maybe it's something to do with the tires at all. Maybe it's just Jenner then just giving his competition there a bit of a breather, and also giving his errors a bit of a breather there before another attack then for Jenner. But once again then, the turn 4 exit for Jenner does not seem to really be the Haas's friend at the moment. Of course, at the moment, Haas are doing a very good job. I think they're the highest team at the moment, with one Haas in 2nd position, one Haas in 5th position as well. This battle between Sigismund and Anthony is getting very precarious, but Anthony has finally got through, and over to 7th position now. We've got Luke, who is next on Sigismund's defensive list. There's Don Donta has just been lapped in the McLaren, and Don Donta's on fresh medium tires. He is allowed to unlap himself. Remember, of course, that has happened in Formula 1 as well. 2012, the German Grand Prix, I think it was, wasn't it, where Lewis Hamilton... What's that? That's a yellow flag. Who's it for? It's, Rocket League. Oh, the pole sitter Rocket League is so quick. Dan is taken. No, Dan and Jenner fighting for the lead here. Rocket League has been so quick, hasn't he, in the last two races? He deserves so much more. But unfortunately, the races are just not going his way. Dan and Jenner are fighting for position there. And Dan knows that Jenner is going to be a major factor in this championship sooner or later. Same with Kian as well. So Dan has got to fight for every inch of the track and then some. Because, goodness me, I think that to remember second half of bronze season 5 or 6, Gino was an absolute freight train, wasn't he? He was dominated, and that potentially could happen again. And I think Dan has seen the history of this man, and he does not want to give this man an inch, especially in any races like this when it's so close to call. A great race indeed, and I hope you're all enjoying it at home. I hope you can understand what's going on, because I certainly can't. Even though I'm meant to be, well, am I meant to be the expert? No way, am I? Goodness me. I'm not nowhere near the expert. I'm just a fool that talks on a microphone. Jenner's going for it again, and there he goes up the inside. Yes, he's back through. Oh, a bit of a kiss as well between the two cars, and again they're not leaving each other much room, are they? But unlike Norris and Verstappen, they do find a way through that corner without having any issues. But down into turn 4, and Dan back through. He has gone wide though. Where's Jenner? Jenner just can't get the power down at all, and Kian then is going to be quite happy with this at the moment, because Kian, of course, is just sitting there, no penalties there, watching his two competitors absolute kick lumps out of each other at the moment. So then lap 29 out of 33, and then driver of the day is out there. 3 seconds for Dan. Only 3 seconds for Jenner. I thought Jenner had more penalties than that. And great stuff. So this race is still on there for Jenner and for Dan. Especially Kian has an issue or a penalty right at the end there. Debris on the circuit there. Something's happened then with a car, and there's debris on the circuit. I didn't see a yellow flag, but I probably missed it. Jenner up the inside. Contact between the two cars. And my goodness me. And that is getting very hairy indeed. And now Kian is going for it. He's having a look on the inside, and he has stayed there. As one of the Williams is just in front of us as well. Of course, that Williams is about to get up. Jenner up the inside, but he's going to have to get the power down, and unfortunately, that's just not what the Haas's strength is here tonight, is it? And now he's going for it again, and Slipstream DRS. Oh my goodness me, it's getting very aggressive out there. And up the inside goes Jenner, but Dan. Oh, an open of oversteer there, and almost into the side pod of the Alpine. Incredible driving indeed. Marsky, 4 seconds back in the moment. 3 second penalty for Marsky. 3 second penalty for Styles. Rocket Lee out of the race there. Safety car! And a safety car right at the very end there. And what this is Rocket Lee, I think, out of the Grand Prix. Our pole setter is out of the race there. I think it must have crashed at the exit of turn 10. And now this is going to be a very late safety car. Is anyone going to come into the pits now? This has really thrown caution. This has really thrown a spanner in the works. All drivers in the pits. One of the drivers that had just been lapped probably should have stayed out because unfortunately they ain't going to be able to unlap themselves, and they're going to be a lap down now, which is going to be disappointing for Vintage and Real Ashton there, but they are going to be very quick and deep. But Rocket Lee is absolutely devastated with that, then out of the Grand Prix after a good pole position there. Rocket Lee disappointing indeed. So Marsky on soft tires, Styles on soft tires. This is going to be good. Styles on soft tires as well. That's sick as much there. Car number 5 on soft tires. Anthony on soft tires as well. Serious Mushroom in 9th position up there. He's creeped up, hasn't he? Serious Mushroom. Luke on soft as well. Everyone else head into the pits out on soft tires. Anthony has gone medium. Is that a mistake from the Aston Martin team? I think that's a mistake, because surely he would have gone soft. Unless there's no, even with you soft tires, I'm sure that they would have rather gone soft than medium tires with just only 5 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Oh my word. Goodness gracious me then, as we are as driver of the day votes out Anthony 50%, Craig R 50% as well. Then as Rocket Lee is devastated there. As Sarge Levin down the first DNF I let down. I'm off. I'm sorry, Rocket Lee. So to be honest, that's Formula One. It is really good. Of course, I won't worry about that. Ooh, Jenner almost went into the back of Dan here. So, what is the state of affairs that I hear you ask in the comment section? I don't know, to be honest. Which is, I got to take a. Oh dear! And I think Don's is trying to laugh himself, is he? Unfortunately, he's going to get disqualified. Going to get disqualified from the race there, and also same with Vintage as well. Are they just trying to... Maybe they're getting penalties because they're in front of the drivers there, which I don't think is very fair, to be honest, there. Charles, I wish you could unlap yourself on this game. That would be nice. Don't worry about that, Rocket Lee. It happens to the best of us. And you certainly got speed then. As Toto Wolff said to Kimi Antonelli, he'll rather have a fast driver that he needs to slow down, and that is certainly what you are, Rocket Lee. You're a fast driver, and it's easier to slow a fast driver down than to speed up a slow driver or something along that lines. Excuse me. Oh, we got the crocodile already formed up here. Right, let me read one more comment then before we get going again. Dan and Keane have made a mistake, Kiki is saying. I didn't want to say it, but you're right, Kiki. Unless of course we're both wrong, then I'm right, and I said that they should have stayed out. So, drivers in the front, the 3 drivers in the front out come the pits. Marsky is on the soft tyres along with Styles and Krieger. Anthony on medium tyres. I think Aston Martin have made a mistake there. I think Anthony wanted soft tyres, and Aston Martin have unfortunately really thrown him a curveball now, Anthony. I said, but let's see how it goes then. We cannot count our chickens before they hatch. Into the pits comes one of the Red Bull cars there. I think that was Vintage there. Unfortunately, when you're a lap down on this game, it's so difficult to get back in the race there. Ultimate Beast top 3 it's going to be difficult. Kiki Craig R is going to win. With the lack of penalties there. So there's the state of the race then. We'll look at the penalties as well. But yes, Craig R could potentially get his first Grand Prix win in his bronze career. Has Craig R got a podium? Craig R is not even... I think his best result is 4th position, if I'm not very much mistaken. Hang on. Let me have a quick look then. It is 4th position, and he got 4th position earlier on the season. So can Craig R win this Grand Prix then? Fantastic stuff if he can. So then there's safety car should be in this lap. Then we just lap 34, 35 and 36 to go. As Slayer wants another penalty amount. And there are the penalties. 3 second penalty for Dan, 3 seconds for Jinner, 3 seconds for Marsky Styles, 6 seconds for Sickers Monk, 3 seconds for Mushroom, 9 seconds for Luke, 20 seconds there for Don the Dons, unfortunately, 3 seconds for Moomin, and 13 seconds for Vintage. Right. Here we go then. So this is the final showdown here in Austria then. And Farf is bracing himself. Knowles is rubbing his hands with glee. Smithfield Mighty will be hoping to put him, get himself up some position as well. And of course, I think there's also Craigar in the box seat set. And Kian is also in the box seats as well. And no penalties either. But what about Anthony, who's on the medium tyre? Said, I do not know. This is going to be great. Here we go. One more time in Austria. Then we got 3 laps. And safety car is in now, and Dan is waiting, and now we're racing. Oh, as I think the Dan went then, and Jin almost went to the back of him now. The soft runner said, let's see how they could do that, but of course, we have heard there from Kiki saying that the soft runners are just going to crawl up and cruise up behind him, and he's got a 3-second penalty. That's going to cost him surely. Jinner is going for it, and here is Jinner now, and Jinner knows that this is going to be his best opportunity to end the street start on the inside for Jinner, and Dan is off the circuit there, and Dan coming back on the second number. Jinner takes the lead. No DRS yet then. DRS will be available in the next lap, of course, as the Sauer come down into turn 4, and Marsky currently in fourth position. He's the highest runner on the soft tyres. More than 3 crazy laps incoming, and Ultimate Beast is saying, I hope not, because I'm struggling at the best. I'm struggling now as I am all out of puff. Breath, I should say. Goodness me, I could be in trouble now with the YouTube curators. As, oh my goodness gracious me, Marsky is still in full position mode, and on lap 34 out of 36 here over the brow of the hill, as Jinner leads the race, and second position is Dan down with Kean in third position there. Marsky in full position there, as this is going to get very interesting. Let's hope we don't see any carbon fibre come off the cars here. DRS has now been enabled then, as the Marsky is going up into third position now. He's alongside Kean. He takes Kean in the battle for third position there. Remember the penalty zone, and at the moment though is just take a look, Craigar's dropped down to 8th position. It's not a good start for Craigar. He still hasn't got any posts at the moment, so he just needs to keep calm. Craigar does. I think Kean's carrying the box seats though at this moment in time. Then of course Kean has got no penalties, but it's going to be interesting to see if he can repel the attack from the drivers behind it. Here's Dan now. We're on board with Dan on the outside. He's going for it, but he's gone in a bit deep there, and Jinner parks it on the apex there, but Dan's going up and under, and he's going to go for it once again then, but Jinner's got the inside. Great 70 then. Styles almost has passed Kean there, but not quite at the moment. Then there's the ball at the front then. Marsky needs to get past here quite pronto. He's only got 1 lap, and he needs to gap Kean by 3 seconds. That's what his target is now, to gap Kean by 3 seconds there with just 1 lap then. So Marsky's got to go for it, and this is going to be an almighty qualifying lap then. Out of the final turn then. Is it possible? I'm not sure if it is, out of the final turn then, and Dan's going for it up the hill. Oh, contact between the 2 cars then, and more contact, and Dan and Marsky have come together, and Dan, I think that was it day and $1 short? Mushroom up into 5th position, and Anthony up into 6th, and Luke up into 7th. There's cars all over the show. It's like the M5 in the morning then, and who's going where? Contact, that's one of the kick salvers. There is an almighty set. Where is everyone going? Oh my gosh, what? And Moomin's been disqualified, unfortunately. What is going on there? That is absolute. There's cars everywhere. What is going on here? Oh my goodness me, and they're all over the show here. Oh my goodness me, I don't even know how they're able to pick their way through that carnage. My goodness gracious me. Oh, Jinner almost off the circuit there, and now Kean takes the lead, and Kean there is just a couple of corners away, and Kean could potentially get his second Grand Prix, his third Grand Prix win in a row over the brow of the hill. Jinner up the inside. Kean is not going to be too concerned by that, because of course he's contact, and who is that there? Styles has hit the back of Kean here, but Kean should still win this race there with the lack of penalties. Kean wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Slayer second. Smithfield wanting further. Jinner, Duncan, Dave, Styles, Dynamite, Dan, Craigar, Mushroom, and Anthony. And that was a very messy final couple of laps there. Kean, a free race in a row now that Kean's won. He has been on the podium in the last 4 races. So Monaco was third position, then the Canada and Spanish Grand Prix he has won, and now he's won the Austrian Grand Prix as well. Kean has got 3 Grand Prix win in a row, and is homing in now on the championship leader as Dan. Where did Dan finish? Where did Dan finish? down in 14th position there. I have no idea what happened there. Thank you, Kiki. I need to take a breath there. What a last lap there. Why am I ninth when I was fourth? Serious Rush was saying, what is going on then? I have no idea. Oh, I'm actually dripping. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ooh, I haven't got any squash either. I've only got a can of Monster. I'm going to be honest, Bronze, guys. You need to calm it down on Tuesdays. Goodness gracious me. It's a work day. Oh, if I don't work this hard during the day, I should be working this hard during the night there. During the day, Kian there, I think that Kian deserves them, but I must say, heart in the mouth stuff, because I thought the starter into the back of Kian and almost took him out there in the final lap there, which would have been heartbreak for the Ferrari driver, who's on now 3 Grand Prix wins in a row. Kian is the form driver in Bronze now, and well, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the final result or whatnot. We'll have to find out then. Last lap drama, Real Ashton is saying there. What was that Kian is saying there? As well done, Kian, very disciplined, calm racer. Big Al saying vid that then. Kian is well, lovely. Yes, Kian, 3 race wins in a row now. Kian, great job. Ultimate Beast is saying the man on top form at the moment. And, well, I think he's going to be second in the World Championship now. Really good stuff indeed there. Slayer is second, and Slayer was feeling a bit downbeat about this Grand Prix, but he shouldn't have done, because I think that's his first podium of the season. And the second Ferrari of Smithfield Mighty is in third position as well. Smithfield Mighty aiming to become a 2-time Constructors Champion, which would be the first in Bronze history, and potentially in ALR history as well. Hopefully I'll get a final look at the classification. Please, please, please. Nope, I ain't going to. Okay. Right then. I've got to be honest. We're gonna have to go by memory, I think, aren't we? But let's see then who. Oh, we did, but then it went. Ooh. And hang on a minute. I think we've got Slayer in the comms box now. Slayer, I must say that at the beginning of that race there, you was probably wasn't feeling too happy with life going into the Austrian Grand Prix. However, you've got second position.
Um, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I mean, to be fair, I had one warning up until that final safety car, and I thought of last race, last season, where I was sort of hanging around sixth or seventh, and then the safety car come out, and then those who had pens massively suffered, and the exact same thing happened just a few laps earlier, but that chaos at the end was insane.
It really was, and I'm going to be honest, Sarah. I don't even know where you was on the final lap, but you just jumped up to second. What position was you before the penalties applied?
I think I was ninth. I was ninth for somehow. I think because everyone in front had penalties, I was in the chat cheekily trying to have a look at the penalties, watching the stream before the last restart, and I saw so many had penalties, and I was P13, and I thought maybe I can sneak a top 5 or top 6 with all these pens in front, but I honestly still didn't think a podium was on the cards.
So before all that safety car madness, which to be fair has actually completely changed the race. To be fair, because it was ticking along quite nicely for the top 4 or 5 cars at the beginning. Oh, I swallowed my tongue there. At the beginning, it was very much DRS trains here, there, and everywhere. How difficult was it to think about strategy calls and things like that? What was your play in the opening stage of that Grand Prix?
Well, the qualifying was really close, and I was 13th, and I was probably only 2 tenths off being like P7. So I was started on a hard, hoping to just go long, maybe catch a late safety car and hang in there. But there were some good, tough battles with Mushroom. Absolutely love that, and I think Smithy as well. And then unfortunately, I had some contact with Lee. I think Lee was trying to get by just to catch up to the guy in front. Accidentally went into me, and then I sort of was way back in the order. So I was just driving clean, really, waiting for a potential safety car, um, which came, and I think the hardest part was avoiding everyone the last 3 laps.
Certainly was. It looked like it looked like the M5. On the final lap, there was cars everywhere. So you talk about how difficult it was to avoid everyone. Um, Could you plan for anything? With your experience, you've been around Grand Prix race for such a long time now. Could you plan for like things like safety car restarts in the final part of the Grand Prix and maybe pick your way through, or is it just more about instinct?
Um, I think you can make a plan. I was setting that plan in once I'd had a bit of unfortunate luck, just to stay clean so I'd have no pens in case for final safety car. And then when we did get the restart, I noticed I was saving ERS better than some others in the race. So I thought with everyone clashing and going side by side, I hung back on the first lap when the safety car had come in, and two or three people had contact with each other, and so I gained three free positions from that. And it was just trying to save my ERS for the last lap and pick my moments and use it all when the opportunities came.
And of course, you got a Grand Prix win last season, and but unfortunately, I think there was an update or the handling changed completely, which really put pay to what potentially could have been a championship challenge last season. Do you feel that a result like this can then start to elevate your season and potentially get back into the regular point scoring positions? Or do you feel that there is something else that's missing in your repertoire at the moment?
I'm going to be realistic like last season because when I won here last season, it went downhill from there. I still got points, but just like last season, even more so, I'm be realistic, and my pace is bottom 10 overall in the division. It's a skill issue on my part, really. I just haven't got the pace. I've not got to grips with the last two games. So I'm just trying to stay in the DRS trains and the races and maybe nick the odd 1 or 2 points every race. But when there's chaos like this and you take advantage from being careful, then I'll happily take these opportunities. But I think I'd just be happy to finish in the top 10 in the standings. That's my goal.
Well done today, Slayer. Brilliant podium as well. To be honest, my goal is to not finish in the bottom 10 in the 100%, but that's not going well at all. Serious Mushroom, the top 10 was Kian. Sorry, the top three was Kian. Slayer finished second, and Smithy Almighty finished third. But well done today, Slayer. Brilliant job to second position. Smithy Almighty has also joined us in the gantry as well. Smithy, very similar to Slayer, because he was kind of in the midfield madness, but all of a sudden he jumped up into third position with a lack of penalties there. Can you tell us about your viewpoint in that final lap, if you can, because it was absolute madness?
Well, to be honest with you, I was just trying to have a look back through the stream on the last lap. I haven't actually looked at it properly yet, but yeah, I definitely don't. I'm not classifying that as a win for me. Don't get me wrong, it's great to get the points, but I feel like that was more of a loss for others than a win for me.
That's very honest of you. I'll take what I can give, to be honest. so, but
Now, my pace weren't there today. I'm not going to pretend it was.
And why was that? Because you are a regular point scorer, but I did mention in qualifying that it was a bit of a disappointing qualifying, but I always did I caveat that with your race trim. Whoops, I've just dropped my controller. With your race speed. So do you think that it's just this track in particular, or is something swung to the opposition?
I think, to be honest with you, that was a little bit of with this kind of track. You don't have many corners where you can make up the time. Where I had the collision at the beginning on the first lap, turn one, which was pretty much a repeat of what happened between Favre, Tonto, and Nigel yesterday, unfortunately. But that kind of really set me back. I think I lost quite a few seconds there, and from that I was just on the back foot. And then the whole race, I knew that I weren't going to come anywhere unless the safety car come. And yeah, I was quite happy to see it come on lap 30, but I'm sure someone else had to lose out for that to happen.
And with the safety car so late, I think that it was literally just a no-brainer coming for the soft tires and then really go for it, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I debated because I was, I think, down in 13th or maybe 12th at the time the safety car come out. So I did debate staying out and seeing how far I could go on the hards. But then seeing everyone going, well, the majority of the grid go into the pits, I thought, no, I have to. And then knowing that there was penalties further up and the grid was going to be bunched back up, that just made sense to be the sensible call. And I know the top three drivers stayed out on their hards, and that didn't necessarily work out for all three of them. Obviously, I haven't seen the race. So I don't know what happened in the final lap pile up that we had, but yeah, that was quite entertaining to get through.
Certainly was. And talking about getting through him as well, we asked Slayer about how he managed to get through that absolute chaos. It was the final lap. There was cars everywhere. What was your take on the final lap madness? How difficult was you planning as well, or was it kind of seat of the pants kind of figure? Just go with the flow.
Yeah, I think to be honest with you, that was I was getting overtakes while I was actually dodging other drivers on the track. I think there was so much chaos and so much happening that I couldn't think about overtaking. That was more just like I say, trying to stay on track. And lo and behold, I got the overtakes at the same time. But yeah, that was crazy. I don't say this often because I love bronze. It's a great league, but that was a little bit shambolic at the end there. I don't know what happened. I don't know who's to blame, if anyone. But yeah, that wasn't great.
We'll blame Farf. And and of course, you potentially become the first ever driver to win two constructors championships in bronze, and a good podium today, and your teammate also getting a third Grand Prix win in a row. You're certainly on course for that. Do you take pride in that as a team player, or are you thinking, no, I'd rather be up there winning more and potentially getting the promotion to silver?
I mean, no, I check the constructors as much as I check the drivers. So for me, I think that's not necessarily just as important, but it's still important. I like to keep an eye on it. Even the joint constructors, I always try to keep an eye on that as well because, like I say, we all play it for the competition, so that just adds another element and another level to it for me. But
Really good stuff. Well done today. Smith and Whitey and Slayer finishing third and second, and Kian getting his third Grand Prix win in a row. Fantastic stuff. I'm going for a lie down now, and before 9 o'clock as well. I think that's a win for me. There will probably be some penalties after the race after that final couple of laps. Goodness gracious me, I didn't know where to look. Fantastic racing up until that point, and then when the safety car came in, it was anarchy, wasn't it? Hats off to Kian, his third Grand Prix win in a row, and I think he is now second in the championship, give or take a couple of points there. Dan is certainly going to be looking over his shoulder now, and with getting no points as it stands at the moment, that could be very much a turning point in the championship. We'll see you in Silverstone tomorrow night, and of course, gold, silver, and bronze will also be moving to Silverstone in a couple of days' time, the home of British motorsport. I'll see you then. Goodbye.